2002, Principal Chief Chad Smith and the Cherokee National Choir traveled to New York City and Washington, D.C. to honor and commemorate those who perished in, survived, or were rescued after the tragedies of September 11, 2001. The next two songs were recorded live while on tour. The first song, America, was recorded live at the Smithsonian Institution National Museum of the American Indian in New York City. The second song, the National Anthem, was recorded live in Washington, D.C. at the Department of the Interior for Secretary Gail Norton and her staff. Acting as ambassadors for the Cherokee Nation, the children performed these songs of peace and comfort in the native language for many audiences, illustrating the Cherokee Nation's commitment to build one fire.
I have always believed that the great Creator had a great design for my people, the Cherokees. I have been taught that from my childhood up, and now in my mature manhood, I recognize it as a great truth. Our forces have been dissipated by the external forces. Perhaps it has been just a training, but we must now get together as a race and render our contribution to mankind. We are endowed with intelligence. We are industrious. We are loyal. And we are spiritual. But we are overlooking the particular Cherokee mission on earth. For no man nor race is endowed with these qualifications without a designed purpose. Redbird Smith, 1918. Today, the prosperity and the excellence that the Cherokee Nation and its people have earned time and time again in their long existence from antiquity to the present is the same challenge that our ancestors faced with incredible will to not just survive, but to flourish. This is the legacy that has been handed to us. Now, it is our turn to step up and meet the challenge to prosper and excel once more as a people, a culture, a society, and a nation.
Agonius I'd like to call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is the invocation. Will everybody please stand? The invocation is delivered by Councilman Von Garvin.
Please join me in prayer. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for this beautiful day. We thank you for your love and your watch care. We thank you that we have a time together tonight for the Church Nation business. We pray that your divine guidance would lead us in all that we do. And Father, we want to pray for our military personnel all over the world tonight. We pray for their safety and their comfort. We just pray that you bless them in a mighty way. And now, Father, we want to pray for our chief and deputy chiefs, the council and administration. May each of us do our part to help the people of the Cherokee Nation. Father, I pray that you forgive us for our sins. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
I would like to make the announcement that everybody turn their telephones off, please. Roll call, please.
Bill England.
Here.
Bill John Mason.
Here.
Bobby Connor. Sarah Callen. Here. Joe Goodman.
Here.
Ed Bryan. Here. John Garden.
Here.
Paul Carson.
Here.
William Johnson.
Here.
John Keener.
Aye.
Larry. Jake Martin.
Aye.
Ryan Shaw.
Here.
Bill Cherokee. Here.
Cookie President, we have one. Next item is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. Motion made and seconded. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The next item is the pay elimination. Moved by the Principal Chief Chad Smith.
Mr. President, I wish you hadn't imposed a rule about cell phones. I was going to be calling Joe right in the middle of one of his boats. But it's my pleasure this evening to address our Cherokee people and our council for the State of the Nation in May 10th, 2004. In the next coming months, I will be sharing details of our vision for the Cherokee Nation. What I will anticipate doing is taking a slide showing next time and showing you visually what I think we want to achieve in the next not only 100 years, but 20 years, 5 years, and on a more precise basis, on an annual basis. And try to tie together some of the concepts we've talked about, our declaration of design purpose, guiding principles, attributes, and such, and share with you your overall philosophy and theory about how we can get to where we want to go in the future. The mission of the Cherokee Nation, which I think we will all agree is to have a healthy tribal government, rich in cultural identity, and be economically self-reliant. So I'll be taking a few minutes at each of our State of the Nations for the next few months to share that with not only the council that's heard it many times, but with our viewing audience. Our focus, our jobs, community, and language. Our community initiative directs us to this summer. As many of you know, we have a series of camps. Cherokee Nations is hosting fitness camps through the 14 counties. Talent Clause Camp is May 24th through 28th. For details on the camp in the area, you can call the complex here at extension 2600 to 2615. We have the Cherokee Nation Cultural Resource Center. We'll have this cultural immersion camp for kids kindergarten through 9th grade in June. The immersion camp was started several years ago, and I think we had 150 youth last time. They learned Cherokee arts, crafts, language. It's been a great success. They're still accepting applications for the waiting list, but I have a phone number for them if you'd like. Our jobs initiative. We have a new one-stop employment center for career services in Salisaw. It's located at 1502 West Chickasaw. They will be having an open house this Friday from 1 to 3:30. And I'm sure that our councilman from Sequoia County would like to attend that. This past weekend, C&E, Cherokee Nation Enterprises, our gaming facilities, had a Native American job fair in Catoosa. With the Catoosa expansion nearing close, C&E is looking to hire hundreds of people in the next few months. The job fair was for Cherokees and American Indians only at that time. The Indian preference policies will continue. There will be future job fairs if those spots are not filled with Native Americans. Our language and cultural initiatives. Sequoia students swept the national competition in Phoenix for traditional art with their competition in baskets. 8 students sold artwork at this national art show in Phoenix. As we're very familiar and proud of Sequoia, they're a great place for academics, athletics. We want to make them a premier school for Cherokee arts in the future. In terms of recognition, we'd like to recognize the Talking Leaves Job Corps this evening. As you know, Talking Leaves is one of the top facilities of its kind in the country. Tonight we have more evidence of that excellence. First, a local award from the Tahlequah Chamber of Commerce. They recognized Talking Leaves with the Heritage Award at its annual banquet. So I asked Diane Kelly, Tom Johnson from the Job Corps, and they brought some of their students, Jennifer Stites, Tanisha can you help me with that? Ethnicity. And, okay, great. So if y'all will come down forward, let me share with you the Heritage Award from the Tahlequah Chamber of Commerce.
I invited Dawn and Mr.
For education.
Yeah, for education together. Mr. Hall.
And if you would explain to us the purpose of the award, Diane?
The Heritage Award is given to the highest honoree at the Tahlequah Chamber. It's for community service. Our students at Talking Leaves participate in the activities throughout the year for the Chamber of Commerce and a lot of our civic organizations in Tahlequah. They are responsible for a lot of the behind-the-scenes type work at the Bloom Fest, cleaning up after everybody leaves town. Our students are out there till the wee hours, sometimes working on these projects. They help with a lot of the Easter egg hunts for the nursing homes, a lot of activities. Debbie Ballard is our recreation director, and she, along with Tom and Joyce Rose, are responsible for a lot of the activities that are planned throughout the year for this award. The other award is in the frame. That is the Star Award that the United States Department of Labor bestowed upon us at the spring conference in Washington, D.C. It's given to one center. Well, there are 118 centers in the United States, and our center was selected for the Star Award at this year's annual conference for their contributions to community service and their service area.
Let me get that one, okay?
And just recently, our Talking Leaves Job Corps Center was ranked number 34 from the top in the nation, and that's the highest ranking that we've ever received in history of Job Corps at Talking Leaves. And we're just real proud of the accomplishments that have been made with our students and our staff.
Okay. So let's get them ready. Let me share with you other dates of interest in Florida high school graduation is this Friday night at 6 o'clock. Also, the Cherokee Heritage Center will have a gospel singing Saturday night beginning at 4 p.m. Monday night, Don Bobbins asked me to join him in Muskogee for a community meeting at 6:30 at the public library. The Heritage Center will also host the Usti Festival on June 5th. So what is the Usti Festival? Or is it the Kanachi Festival?
No, the Usti Festival, storytelling and activities, and it's kind of a one-day camp for kids.
Okay, let me repeat it for you. The Usti Festival is Usti Little Ones in Cherokee, and storytelling and cultural activities for children. Okay, great, on June 5th at the Heritage Center. And constitutional updates, We anticipate having a meeting with Jeanette Hanna and Jay Hanna, our chairman of the Constitutional Convention, on May 18th, and we hope to have good news from the Bureau of Indian Affairs about the status of our Constitution. I'd like to finally share this evening a story of a Cherokee that was taken from us far too soon, far too young. And Mr. Thornton brought this to our attention. Colin Clark grew up in Gore. When he was a child, not a child, but a young man, he worked for David out at the 10-Color Park during the summers. Colin worked for the Cherokee Nation Marshal Service, and after completing his law enforcement training, he joined the BIA. A few weeks ago, when he was working undercover on a Chippewa reservation in Michigan, Colin died of a heart attack at the age of 33. David, I know he was special to you. Would you care to say a few words about it?
Well, Colin went to work for us on the season program in the summer camp. He worked for us a couple of years at Brookline. And then came back. After that, we started getting into law enforcement and worked season for us as a park ranger. This kind of boy that he was part of his family and he was part of your family. And he was an excellent young man. Any father would have been proud for him to be their son. And I appreciate the chief recognizing him tonight. Thank you.
Colin left behind a wife and 2 children, and if you go at this time, join this house. Thank you. And we must always remember our servicemen and women who's defending this country. And currently we have 7 of our employees in Iraq in harm's way, so we must always remember them also. So thank you very much for the opportunity to visit with you this evening.
Thank you, Chief Smith. Next, we have Chairman.
At this time, I'd like to ask that we amend the agenda to create item 12 for the hearing center for the matching funds and declaring an emergency.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. We have to do a roll call vote for this. All those in favor of amending the agenda, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
To do a roll call.
Bill Anderson.
Yes.
Bill John Baker.
Yes.
Audrey Connor. Sherry Collins. Yes. Bill Pinckney.
Yes.
Mary Fraser. Yes. John Gardner.
Yes.
Charles Coffey.
Yes.
William Johnson.
Yes.
John Keenan.
Yes.
Linda O'Leary. Jacob L. Martin.
Yes.
Laverne Shottown. Yes. David Gordon.
Yes.
Bill George. Yes.
Vote was unanimous. Moves to number 12 on the agenda. Is there any other unfinished business? Now I move to committee reports. First is the Housing Authority, David Sutherland.
Good evening. Have a short report tonight. Some of these also. I spent the biggest part of the day at the head office in Oklahoma City, along with Marvin Jones and members of his staff. We were there to participate in HUD's initiative on reducing overcrowding. We participated last year, and they asked us to participate again. The purpose of the meeting is to collect the best data that we can
on overcrowding conditions and report those to HUD, and then in turn they report that to the Office of Management and Budget. That's HUD's big initiative is reducing overcrowding. Our next board meeting will be next Tuesday night, the 18th at 5:30. We have a relatively light agenda this month. We will be discussing the possibility of relocating our OWASA sub-office to the Sperry area. I said we'll have some discussion on that. There's beginning the process and looking at things over there to relocate the office. The dedication for Wisdom Keepers, the elderly project here in Tahlequah, has been set for May 27th at 2 p.m. I'd like to invite all you all to attend. If you possibly could, we'd love to have you there. As all of you know, the cost of gas is steadily climbing higher and higher, and that's not the only thing that's climbing. The cost of building, everything from concrete footing and slabs to the shingles are going up. You probably heard someone say something about how much plywood is costing now. And the latest thing that I've heard, and you probably will hear, is how much you can actually buy. Some contractors are being limited to 50 sheets is what we were told by some contractors down in Sequoia County. So that's the next thing is short supply of building materials. But the cost of construction has easily gone up 15% in the last 6 months alone, and it's not stopping; it's still going up. A few weeks ago, I attended the spring conference of Ameren Insurance. Our Oklahoma delegation over there, we met with Ameren representatives to discuss the ongoing issues of the Native American Shield program and the limitations set by Ameren because of the designation of the land. Ameren really didn't have anything new to report other than it's possible to set up more community shield. That's the program that we have currently now. Set up more of those for different house prices that could possibly fill in the gap. The other thing they talked about was actually having the ability to service other tribal members. In other words, if a Choctaw or a Chickasaw or someone lived within the Cherokee Nation boundaries, if it was possible to go ahead and sign those folks up. Because they could participate in Native American Shield before they limited so much. But Ameren's not ready to do that yet, and it wouldn't be up to me. It would be up to the administration and the council if we wanted to do that. So I'll keep you posted on further discussions with Ameren on that particular topic. Last week in Tuba, Arizona, Chief Smith gave testimony to the Committee on Financial Services on Indian Housing Issues. I want to publicly thank Chief Smith for taking the time to participate in the hearings. Conveying a message about Indian housing carries so much more weight when it comes from an elected leader. It's been my experience that the Cherokee Nation is well respected by national housing officials, and Chief Smith's comments will be well received by that group and hopefully by the Committee on Financial Services as well. That's my report.
Thank you, sir. Any questions?
David, I was wondering about the emergency housing for District 3 and District 4. Have we had any funding put in there?
No, we're still low funding on that. We haven't stopped emergencies. We are referring more to the community services group, and we're also going to be bringing more to you all. But we haven't stopped. We're continuing to fund that. But that's another item we'll talk to the board about next Tuesday night.
I understand the house that was built 6 months ago. From what I understand, if it was built today, it would cost you $10,000 more than the same house in materials on it.
That's a good possibility. It's going up that much.
It looks like we're going to be building fewer houses.
That's possible. What we're trying to do is scale back, not necessarily the size of the house, but the amenities on the house. But it's certainly not beyond the realm to have to cut down on the size.
What I understand is going to jump this week again.
I don't doubt that. As long as the gas price keeps going up, I think you'll see in turn other things just like lumber and building materials go right up with it.
And that young man that talked to you about the other day, he said thank you very much.
Yeah. And just to talk about the gentleman you talked about before, Mr. Clark, very nice man. Met him one time, but his family, I'm real familiar with his family and good people. Tremendous loss.
Yeah, he, sometimes you wonder, why would we ever take a person like this? And I got to think another day, why wouldn't we? As a spirit like he had.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good question. Okay. Next, Cherokee Nation Enterprises. Mr. David King.
Mr. President, members of the council, financial performance for CNA remains strong, posting another record month. Net income figures for April 2004 are up 67% from April 2003. Year-to-date net income for 2004 is up 18% from 2003, which itself was another record year. Additionally, Native American employment figures are on the rise. 75% of our employees are Native American, up 2% from last month, equaling approximately 20-plus new jobs. Also, as Chief Smith mentioned, last weekend we had our first job fair to allow Cherokee citizens first shot at jobs for the new casino resort at Catoosa, resulting in approximately 150 Cherokee Native American applicants. Subject to any questions, that's all I have to report now.
Any questions? Thank you, Mr. King.
Thank you.
Next is Cherokee Nation Industries, Mr. Jim Majewski. Mr. Majewski, before we start, I want to commend you on the float in the Strawberry Festival.
Pardon?
I want to commend you on your float in the Strawberry Festival. It was very nice.
Thank you. Now that you've got me all mixed up here on what I have. Good evening, Principal Chief Smith and Deputy Chief Grayson and members of the council. CNI sales for the month of April were $7.2 million, and for the year we're running at about $72 million, which is about a 48% increase over last year at the same time. Profitability for the month is about $230,000, or for the year is about $2.1 million. Backlog and firm orders continue to be strong, and we anticipate no dramatic changes in the business growth. Even though we're starting to see pressures from other tribes, the Chickasaws and the Choctaws, who are trying to enter into the same business arena that we are in. In fact, the other tribes are actually using CNI as their logo and introduction into companies that we're already doing business with. We have also completed the necessary paperwork for C&D to be transferred into C&D LLC, and I don't know how many of you remember, but the reason we're doing this is for tax purposes, and the state filing should be complete this week. So C&D will be in a position to enjoy the tax benefits from this going into next fiscal year. During the past period, we also completed the land purchase on the corner of State Routes 51 and 59 in Stillwell. Land was purchased by CNI. It's approximately a quarter acre, and we're giving it to the Cherokee Nation, and I want all of you to appreciate that this is CNI's first dividend to the nation. I was giving Kelly a tough time before that. All the necessary requirements, the environmental, the appraisals are complete. Thus, it should be a total package and should be able to be put into trust. Our next board meeting is May 27th, I believe, at 9:30 a.m. And this concludes my report.
Any questions?
That's a shame. I understand at the last meeting that the treasurer at the finance committee meeting, I sent David McLemore, or Dennis McLemore, to give the finances, and and you guys wound up with questions, and Dennis came back and reported to me, said, "Guy, he said they actually asked me questions." Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. President. Yes, sir. I apologize, but at this time I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to include a resolution authorizing the chief to enter into negotiations with BIA concerning funding for our new multi-purpose facility at Sequoia High School. And I apologize to the council. I realize it hadn't been passed out, but it's a time of the essence, and we'll discuss it when we get there. But it'll be number 13 on the agenda if approved. Okay? Motion made, seconded. Roll call vote.
Bill England?
Yes.
Bill John Baker?
Yes.
Audrey Klein? Carrie County? Yes. Joe Pickens?
Yes.
Mary Farley? Yes. John Barley?
Yes.
Charles Thompson?
Yes.
William Johnson?
Yes.
John Kenneth?
Yes.
Emil O'Leary? Jeff Lamar?
Yes.
Bill Von Stockhouse? Yes. David Gordon?
Yes.
Bill Jones? Yes.
Vote is unanimous. Move to item 13. Now we move on to new business. Resolution number 1. Resolution authorizing the Food Distribution Program to submit an application for funding to the United States Department of Agriculture. Ms. Stockton.
Okay, this resolution authorizing Food Distribution Program to submit application for funding to the United States Department of Agriculture. And this provides food to approximately 11,800 participants each month to 5 food distribution centers in the community of James, Linus, Southside, Fieldville, and Telford, and 8 tractor trailer tailgate sites within 9 district areas of Cherokee Nation. I put that in front of you.
Motion made, seconded. All those in favor, aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. Motion is carried. Item number 2 is a legislative act, amending legislative act authorizing the comprehensive budget for fiscal year 04, Mod 7, declaring an emergency.
Mr. Chairman, this is an act that authorizes $10,160,263 in changes, approximately $6,160,263 total of new funds. Let's see. And in this particular modification, it's going to put an extra $2 million into the funding of the Sequoia multi-purpose facility so that we can have classrooms and tie it into the main school building. There are $761,000 in contingency reserves for NIDP shortfalls in the second class. We have a reserve. We're transferring $2 million into the Sequoia project. We put $2,713,000 into strategic initiatives by the chief and the council. There's $267,000 in for a matching fund on a $800,000 HUD grant for a micro loan. We're putting $100,000 so that we can fund 60 over-income interns to try this summer, which is a valuable experience for those kids. We're in a partnership with the city of Tahlequah so that we can have our own cardiac imaging center, so we don't have to send people to Tulsa when they need the heart imaging. There's $65,000 in there for advisors on some business ventures that have been brought to the tribe, and $40,000 for marshals to do some work with the kids in the communities, and I think a very good project. I would move that we approve this budget bond as something great and good for the Cherokee people.
Yes, sir. Motion from the executive. This is a legislative act requiring a roll call vote.
Yes. Joe Baker?
Yes.
Robert Connor? Sarah Palin? Yes. Joe Quinton?
Yes.
Mary Fraser? Yes. John Garvin?
Yes.
Charles Hopkins?
Yes.
William Johnson?
Yes.
John Keener?
Yes.
Linda O'Leary? Jesse Bob Martin?
Yes.
Ellen Shophouse? Yes. David Gordon?
Yes.
Joe Sharkey? Yes.
If you can vote unanimous, motion passed. Item number 3 is a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation Environmental Programs Group to submit a formal grant application to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Hazardous Waste Management Program for tribes. Councilman March.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is Cherokee Nation Environmental Program Group through the Office of Environmental Services is requesting financial assistance on the EPA Hazardous Waste Management Program for tribes to hold household hazardous waste cleanup events. These collection events will be held in communities served by Cherokee Nation. The events will remove environmental common household pollutants such as pesticides, automotive fluid, solvents, tanks that have potentials and are a negative impact on the health of Cherokee citizens and their environment. And I move for approval.
Second. The motion taken?
Yes, Mr.
Okay. Motion's made, second. All those in favor, aye? Aye. All those opposed, no. Motion carried. Item number 4 is a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation Environmental Program Group to submit a formal grant application to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency for a general assistance program, solid waste implementation project. Mr. Martin.
Thank you. The Cherokee Nation Environmental Program Group through the Office of Environmental Services is requesting financial assistance under the EPA General Assistance Program for cleanup of open dumps. It's the first time that separate CAT funding is available for cleanup activities. This proposal seeks to obtain funding for cleanup of 5 open dumps in the Cherokee Nation tribal trust land. Cherokee Nation received and agreed to assist with cleanup of the site, tonnage of trash being removed from the 5 identified sites was estimated to be approximately 1,000 tons. And I would move for approval.
Second. Motion is made, seconded. All those in favor, aye? Aye. All those opposed, no.
Mr. Chairman, before you read number 5, I would ask the council to amend the agenda to remove item 5 as it is written. It's incorrect, and I would ask the council to put the proper verbiage in. Legislation that was passed out of committee to read resolution authorizing submission of proposal to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Toxic Substance Control Act, that's certification and accreditation program as well. It's what we passed out of committee. Second.
Motion's been made, seconded. Roll call vote.
Joe Angler?
Aye.
Joe Baker?
Aye.
Robert Connor? Sarah Palin? Joe Quinton?
Yes.
Mary Fraser? Yes. John Garvin?
Yes.
Charles Hopkins?
Yes.
William Johnson?
Yes.
John Keener?
Yes.
Linda O'Leary? Jesse Bob Martin?
Yes.
Ellen Shophouse?
Yes.
David Gordon?
Yes.
Joe Sharkey?
Yes.
Vote was unanimous. Okay, Mr. Martin, item number 5 to read a resolution authorizing the submission of a proposal to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, Toxic Substance Control Act, lead certification accreditation program. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you. This is Cherokee Nation Council authorized environmental program department of Smith over to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, Toxic Substance Control Act, lead certification accreditation program. I move for approval.
Motion made second. All those in favor, aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. Motion carried. Moving on to resolution number 6. A resolution authorizing the approval of a right-of-way under the Arkansas River bed for a gas line. Councilman Martin.
Thank you. Sir, approving right-of-way easement under the Arkansas River near Highway 62 bridge in Logan County for a gas line is currently attached to the bridge. The easement is in favor of Oklahoma Natural Gas for a term of 20 years and now offers for the term of $5,000. For justification is relocating the gas line is necessary for obvious safety reasons. The amount offered is twice as the trade value, and I would move for approval.
Motion's been made second. All those in favor, aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. Motion's carried. Item number 7 is a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation Real Estate Services to negotiate and/or advertise for bid leases on fee land for hunting in the Winslow State Tract. Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The attached resolution is a request for Cherokee Nation's Real Estate Service to negotiate and for bid tribal fee land for bid adverse possession on the Winslow Estate These this contains 4 counties: the Tulsa, Choctaw, Pittsburgh, and Stevens County. We would lease these units for hunting, for appraisal, and environmental to be waived. Lease terms would range from 6 months to 5 years. Please move for approval.
Motion made second. All those in favor, aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. Motion carried. Number 8, a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation Environmental Programs Group to submit a proposal to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency through the Office of Pesticides, Tribal Pesticides Program.
Thank you. Cherokee Nation Environmental Program Group, Office of Environmental Services, requesting a financial assistance under EPA Tribal Pesticides and special projects. The grant will be used to enhance the existing water monitoring program by providing funding for general pesticide tackling and analysis on 3 springs, Middle East Creek, Spring Creek, and 14th Creek on a monthly basis. I would move for approval.
Motion made second. All those in favor, aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. Motion carried. 9 is a resolution authorizing the approval of lease agreement with OK Fireworks on trust land at Chilocco. Mr. Martin.
Thank you. I don't have a narrative on this, but we discussed this in the committee meeting, and I don't know if you have any questions. Mr. Donaldson brought this forward. I don't see it here, but anyway, I would move for approval.
Second. Motion made second. All those in favor, aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. Motion approved. Okay. Item number 10 is a legislative act. JOM additional funding request.
Thank you, Mr. Young.
Mr. Chair, I will, hand out the budget finance, but, it's canceled by Ms. Cherokee, I will yield her.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman. This, after the Documentary program previously underwent a reduction, then this act will restore them to previous funding levels, and it is to complete this particular fiscal year. So I will put that in form of a motion.
Okay. Motion made, second. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor, aye? Aye. All those opposed, no? Oh, whoops, aye. I'm sorry. Roll call vote.
Bill England,
Aye.
Bill John Baker,
Yes.
Bobby Connor, Cherokee, yes, Joe Quinn,
Yes.
Brandon Fraser, John Marvin,
Yes.
Charles Thompson,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
John Kent,
Yes.
Linda O'Leary, Jack Bob Martin,
Yes.
Maria Shophouse, yes, David Gordon,
Yes.
Bill Georgie, yes.
Vote unanimous. The act passed. Item number 11 is our legislative act approving NFT for the Veterans Memorial.
Mr. President.
Ms. Hoskins.
Mr. President, proud to bring this act forward. This came about as, on the part of the council's desire to recognize our veterans. We looked at several ways in which we could try to do it. We looked at purchasing individual bricks, which proved to be a little bit too cumbersome. And so what the council has decided to do is to earmark $30,000 to be set aside to help with the Veterans Memorial. And that would be our way of showing that we truly do care about our Cherokee veterans, and we certainly want them recognized. So I put this in the form of a motion.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor, aye?
It's an act.
And I've got it written down, and I still think it's a resolution. Roll call vote, please.
Bill England,
Yes.
Bill John Baker,
Yes.
Bobby Connor, Cherokee, yes, Joe Quinn,
Yes.
Brandon Fraser, yes, John Marvin,
Yes.
Charles Thompson,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
John Kent,
Yes.
Linda O'Leary, Jack Bob Martin,
Yes.
Maria Shophouse, yes, David Gordon,
Yes.
Bill Georgie, yes.
The vote is unanimous, the act passed. Number 12, an act amending the legislative acts authorizing the Historical Society subsidy and matching grant and declaring an emergency.
Sure. This has been going on for quite some time. This is amending the Act 1503, which in essence, to cut the chase, last year we gave the Heritage Center $300,000. We told them we'd give them $400,000 in 04 if by the vets they vested themselves in poverty. They have worked feverishly and hard and have it turned around to a degree, and are looking forward to it being quite profitable for them in the future. However, they have sent this council a letter stipulating that they will not use any of the dollars that we appropriate tonight poverty plant, that it will go strictly for the Heritage Center proper, that they will not use any of the dollars that are donated to the poverty plant for matching funds that we match dollar for dollar up to $400,000. And I think we can go about our business and look forward to a wonderful season at the Drama and the Heritage Center. And I put it in the form of a motion to give them $400,000.
Motion made, seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Bill England,
Yes.
Bill John Baker,
Yes.
Bobby Connor, Cherokee, yes, Joe Quinn,
Yes.
Brandon Fraser, yes, John Marvin,
Yes.
Charles Thompson,
Yes.
William Johnson,
Yes.
John Kent,
Yes.
Linda O'Leary, Jack Bob Martin,
Yes.
Maria Shophouse, yes, David Gordon,
Yes.
Bill Georgie, yes.
The vote is unanimous, the act passed. Item 13,
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, I apologize to my fellow council members because we don't often amend the agenda, especially for something that we've not looked at before. But this council, the last council, has seen fit to earmark over $6 million of Cherokee tribal funds for our new educational purpose center at Sequoia High School. What this resolution would do, it would allow our chief to enter into negotiations for funds and grants from the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and right now there's the possibility of receiving $300,000, and so that's why we're at the time of the essence on this particular resolution. So with that being said, I put this in the form of a motion.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor, aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. Resolution passed. At this time, I would like to announce the Hobart Community Meeting, May the 20th, from 6 to 7:30, and it's at the High School Auditorium at Hobart. Are there any more announcements?
The community meeting that day, tomorrow night, at 7 o'clock at the JQ Center. Anybody wants to come and socialize and visit or whatever?
I just wanted to add to the comments about Mr. Clark. This young man was the grandson also to Abby Cowan, who was the first female council person. So she was very proud of him also, and I think she left a really important, meaningful Cherokee legacy with her family, and he will certainly be missed.
Mr. Gardner.
We're having a community meeting in Muskogee Monday night, a week from tonight, 6:30 at the Muskogee Public Library. You're all invited.
Ms. Collins.
We have a community meeting Sunday, May 16th, through this Sunday, from 2 to 4 in Catoosa at Rolling Hills. If you need more information, feel free to contact me because there's a specific address to find who's behind the building.
We're having a home cry in Sperry on May the 22nd from 1 o'clock to 3 p.m. and everybody's invited. Ted and Joe's going to be there, and also the Harleywood Family Singers and the Cherokee Nation Adult Choir. So everybody's invited to that.
Any other announcements?
Mr. President, I have this article I'd like to distribute for council needs this evening. For today's paper on posting.
Sequoia High School graduation, 6:30, May 14th. Are there any other announcements? Okay.
You can adjourn, I just want to.
Okay. Meeting adjourned. Next meeting? All those in favor, aye? Next meeting,
Yeah.